Welcome back, everybody, to Dan Has Fun with more EU4 as Italy. Only thing you missed between episodes is I've started to make this template called Big Galley Doom. We're going to generate 30 galleys so that if we do get attacked in the coalition between the Ottomans and Spain, at least we'll have another stack of ships to hopefully blockade with. Not particularly worried about Spain because most of their ships will be coming from their colonies, and heavy ships, I mean, they're always good, but they don't work as well in shallow terrain, mainly because galleys get a boost and they don't. The Ottomans, meanwhile, have 166 ships, nearly as many as we do, so we want to make sure we keep naval advantage. Let's hit play, let's keep going on. Hopefully you've been enjoying the series and the week of videos that we've had. Probably a little bit longer. We'll have done at least 7 days. Clearly you'll know because it's already happened before this is recorded. But yeah, hopefully the week leading up to Christmas was fun. Things go better, I guess, when you got more videos to watch. You can just get a bit more momentum that way. So hopefully you've enjoyed it anyway. I know I have. I definitely enjoy recording this. I love playing this game. It is really nice to play as a rich nation, because when you play as a really poor one, things can be a real struggle. But money makes the world go around, especially in this game. So playing as, well, now Italy is really refreshing when you practice by playing as a significantly worse nation. I guess we'll get this up to 50. I don't know why we have 47 ships in that stack. Let's make it a round number. Should make it look much, much better. So we're still worrying whether we're going to get attacked by the coalition, which is pretty spicy. There is a coalition map mode. I don't remember which number it is. Number 47. So I'm the only nation in the game right now who has a coalition on him. And there's quite a lot of members. If you end up with so many members that you can't really see from your own country page, this is a nice way of getting a hold of it. As I said, luckily for us, it's two big nations with really everything else just being kind of drivel on the side. It is only Spain and the Ottomans that I'm worried about. If one of them would drop out of the coalition, well, I won't say we won't have any concerns, that would be a lie. But we would have very, very few. Something that we haven't done yet this entire run, but I'm starting to get tempted to do, is become Defender of the Faith. So this has dangers because naturally, if you're Defender of the Faith, anytime, in this case, a Protestant nation gets attacked, you are honor bound to defend them. It's tempting because so many of the nations that we would have to worry about, first of all, aren't Protestant, so we're not likely to get called in. But the other bit that I'm interested in is it might give us a way of attacking some of our coalition members without triggering the entire coalition. So it can break the coalition up a bit. I'm not sure I'm going to do it because the main reason why I haven't at this stage, and I haven't talked about it much, it's actually Russia, the nation that I've been not allying, but at least buddying up to a little bit just in case we have to go that way. Because Denmark is Protestant, so if we became Defender of the Faith and Russia attacked Denmark, we would have to defend them or we'd lose the title. And that would be awful. Like, absolutely terrible. Same logic if they took on Sweden. So, it's tempting. We still aren't going to do it, but I wanted to mention that at least I'm thinking about it in case you're wondering, why has he not really talked about it? That's why. It's a great idea, except for one major flaw. The Ottomans are attacking the Mamluks again. Not that they'll have any struggle. The Mamluks have a whole 13,000 troops. Technically, we could have got the Ottomans in a war by themselves if we want to ally the Mamluks. But that is incredibly dangerous. Having said that, How desperate am I to break the coalition up? Everything's tempting at this point. Like, normally you wouldn't even think about doing something like that. But we're kind of desperate because we want to eat significant amounts of land off both of them, but we can't deal with both of them at the same time. And Spain has so much aggressive expansion penalty against us. Realistically, they're probably never going to leave the coalition. The Ottomans are only at -14. So the other thought is, and I don't know if this happens or not, so somebody can correct me if I'm, wrong here. If somebody in a coalition against another nation gets their aggressive expansion to drop to 0, are they going to be forced to leave the coalition? I don't know the answer to that question. If you do, let me know. Even if I ended up recording more episodes. I don't think I'll be recording many more in this session. But I genuinely don't know the answer to that question. So that's why I'm in a bit of a bind, because I totally could ally the Mamluks right now. They would probably rope me in. Is it just the Ottomans against the Mamluks? It's Medina and Akkoyunlu. I've almost certainly not pronounced that correctly. They're a one-province minor. And Medina's a one-province minor. So basically, it's just the Ottomans against the Mamluks. Oh. They have so many troops. Also, I'm getting attrition over here because Morocco's deciding to sit in my territory. So I guess I will move. Do I want to make that decision? We are still in a golden era for another 17 years, so we're going to have a great army. My only real concern this time is that last time we declared on the Ottomans, we put a load of troops down into Africa, and then the fighting all happened here. This time, I'm sure they're going to come this way, and we only have one stack of troops. And this is all flat land, pretty much, up until you get to Kef. The defending it is going to be really, really difficult. Oh. You know what? Sure. This could go incredibly badly. They might not even be able to call me in. But I'm going to ally them for now to see if they will. And we're going to move our troops in that direction just in case. Except this stack. Can't move this stack right now. Which is fine, because I'm sure if they do end up needing to deal with war, I'm sure Gascony will get open borders from Toulouse. We're going to move this 30k stack over to Tunisia just as a precaution. And we're also going to get our light ships to go home in case of war, just as a precaution. Again, I don't know if the Mamluks are going to invite us in. I hope they do, but there's no guarantee that they will. You want troops? You can take troops. Yeah, our maximum manpower is now over 200,000, so we're probably still not quite in total war mode, but we're definitely getting towards that point where things have to go very, very wrong for us to not be able to go to war. Rapprochement with Switzerland. I mean, for now, we can. I don't really see any issue with that. These ships need to go home at war as well, so they will combine with the other stack. If some ships in a trade node say they need to go home at war, and some don't, they will never combine, which is interesting. We also have the option of going to military tech 20 if we need to. I'm hoping we don't have to because we're ahead of time, but I'm not going to spend our military points yet, just in case we need to. But it would appear... That's... Okay, this is massive. That is enormous. So, if you didn't notice what just happened there, we are in a situation now where the Ottomans are no longer in a coalition against us. This is spectacular news for us. Because this is still terrifying. If we declared on Spain, we're still going to have to contend with something like 700,000 troops. But it's not 1 million troops anymore. And we would still be outnumbered, but not to the same degree as before. We're still not going to do this because we don't want to break our alliance with Portugal. But the coalition is now way less dangerous. And it means if we want to attack somebody else, we certainly can. We're clearly not going to attack Scilly because that will bring Bohemia in. And we like Bohemia, they're our friends. But we could attack, say, Auvergne. Oh, they bring Portugal in. Is there any nation I can attack? Can I attack France without bringing Portugal in? Nope. Interestingly, though, because France isn't in a coalition against us, we wouldn't bring in everybody else with the coalition, which is what would happen if we made Spain co-belligerent. Why would you ever do that in this case? But yet again, we have issues with Portugal. Why has Portugal allied all the wrong nations? That is very, very frustrating. It's rather unfortunate, I think it's fair to say. The Portugal is our problem child right now. We could go, well, we don't have a claim, but we could go after... If we went after Morocco, it would bring in the Ottomans almost exclusively by themselves, but almost every nation in Europe hates Morocco. So they would all join. So that's also an interesting option on the table. And if we don't take out at least some of Morocco, very obviously Spain is going to. So we may want at least some of this land. If only to make sure that it isn't land that goes to Spain. Truth be told, this land here is garbage. There's a very distinctive lack of development here. But it would be more important to attack Morocco so that we could co-belligerize the Ottomans, and that would also keep everybody dragged in, and then we can start taking territory off them. I like this plan. Okay, we don't have any claims against Morocco right now, so let's start on that immediately, because we don't have a CB. Let's start on that. We are still going to leave our troops over this side. We're going to wait for now on military tech level 20, but we can probably spend some admin points. And if we're going to do that, then we should do what I mentioned a couple of episodes ago. So if we go, for example, to Dalmatia, we want to centralize some states. It's going to cost us some government reform, which is, I mean, not great. Cancel, please don't do that. And it is going to take 5 years. It's not an instantaneous... Oh my god, stop clipping the wrong button. And we don't want to go too crazy on this. We don't have enough government progress now, so that's fine. This will reduce our government capacity usage and give us a bit of a buffer, because right now, I mean, we don't have any governing capacity left, so taking land is just going to give us a big penalty. But conveniently, that will help. So Russia tells us of European traders in China. Increases the price of Chinaware for the rest of the game by a whopping 50%. It's massive. Alodia just got wrecked. That is mostly our fault. On the flip side, Somalia now borders the Ottomans. So if the Ottomans attack Somalia... Well, I mean, they're still going to win, but Somalia will give them far more of a battle than Alodia ever would. Assuming they even survive till the end, because Yao's still at war with them. And Lodi has no troops. So good luck. I think we might be losing the last Coptic nation in the game. Well, at least in that area of the world. There's still some Coptic provinces over here, but there's no Coptic nations. Yes, that could well be the last Coptic nation in the game going the way of dinosaurs. We're also going to pump that up to 38 ships. Am I missing some? I thought I built 30 in that. I don't know. We'll let it finish populating. We'll see how many we get. Okay, that frigate needs to go home at war. That one does too. Those 47 are. That's a galleot. That's a galleot. That's a frigate that's going home at war. Okay, they should end up combining up a little bit more now than they did. And we can finally get our last idea in maritime ideas. So, naval fighting instruction. Not that important, truth be told. Just more blockade and privateer efficiency, which we don't do very often. But yes, the fleet movement speed. Enormous. And we unlock 3 new policies. Hold the weather gauge, new naval tactics, and streamlined galley production. We have the ability to get a Diplo policy right now without having to pay for it. And we get to pick between all 3 of our new policies, because we already have the garrison system. So, streamlined galley production, I mean, we did just buy a load of galleys and it makes them more effective, so that's one option. New naval tactics makes your naval leaders a bit better, so you get more maneuver. And your heavy ships are even better. And then hold the weather gauge does the same leader maneuver bonus as new naval tactics, but it makes every ship 5% more durable. So effectively, we're choosing between better galleys, better heavy ships, or slightly better everything. There's not really a wrong answer in this, but I do like new naval tactics, so we're going to pick that for now. It may not be the most useful one at the moment, but that's what we're going to go with. And I still don't feel like any of the ones need replacing. Beautiful. So we are going to be slow in getting to diplomatic technology number 20. We're going to be a bit behind. But like I said, naval professionalization is not a particularly important diplomatic tech. So I'm not worried about it. This one little ship, what is it doing going around by itself? It says it's going to go home at war, so eventually it'll combine them. Yeah, Biolodia, we've run out of Coptic nations, and we're at least partly responsible for that. So, sorry, Coptic faith. That L is kind of on us. I feel bad, but only a little bit. What's our spy against Morocco at 10.86? We're getting there. How much are we getting per month? 1.55. That's not bad. We're making quite a lot. Distance multipliers knocking it down a little bit. I'm guessing that's from capital to capital because we have an adjacent border. I'm not sure how that's calculated, but it's fine. We're not getting penalized too badly. And yes, it is awesome that the Ottomans aren't in the coalition against us. We will never know if they drop to 0, I guess, if they automatically have to leave the coalition, because they left beforehand. And Spain is at minus 110, so we're never going to run into the equation with them. They are going to hate us for the rest of the game. It is inevitable. The Ottomans tell us about cork bottle stoppers, so the price of wine and glass are now going to go up till the end of the game. We don't make a huge amount in that, but... well, not in glass anyway. But because it's all trade related, we're getting the money at the end, so... so the Venice trade node is worth 77 gold. I mean, it's still nothing compared to the English Channel's ludicrous 122 gold. But that's still pretty significant. But this is why Britain makes so much money. Like, they make crazy money, and the Dutch do too. They're both going to be getting a pretty heavy percentage of that. And there's all our farm estates being made. So we're now making 147 gold per month. With all of our troops up, all of our forts up, with a very large number of ships. I mean, we're up to 219 ships. Which is wild. I mean, for sake of comparison, navies, we have the biggest navy in the game now. And it's not really very close. Do bear in mind that most of the reason we have so many ships compared to the Ottomans is because of our enormous quantity of trading ships. We still have less galleys than them. But you can tell there's a real split. So any nation that's in the Mediterranean tends to have a very large number of galleys. Everybody else tends to have none. So they end up stacking up on many more transports and sometimes more heavies. But heavies are expensive to maintain, so building lots and lots of them tends to hurt you. Also, it's the entire Ottoman fleet is in one stack right now. I just want to point that out. Oh, more rebels in our vassal. Let's go get them wiped. Defeating these rebels gives you a friendship bonus too. So, yeah, defending our provinces. I know it says plus 14, but you get plus 10 from it. It's because we'd already done it once a few years ago. Pretty sweet. Okay, we have 21 spy power against Morocco. Do we even care which province we put a claim on? Probably not, because they're all terrible. We only need one. Let's get our spy back. I'm tempted to move another stack down here, but I probably shouldn't. I'd like to think that if Portugal comes down here, they would give these to us. I'm not that worried if they don't, but I'd like to think that they would. Oh, our relationship with Bohemia, royal marriage has ended. Bohemia no longer considers Lithuania a rival. Who did they put instead? Nobody. Okay, that's fine. Let's quickly send that royal marriage back. It's only going to take a week. And it gives us a nice fresh ticket of money. Okay. In Morocco's troops... Are they at war? No? Where on earth are they going? I have no idea where those troops are going. I guess it doesn't really matter. Now, I have to be a little bit careful because, as we saw, the Ottoman naval stack is all in one place, and it's here. So, naturally... Okay, our navy is out of the way. That's exactly what I wanted to see. If we declare on Morocco now, we can bring in everybody except the Mamluks because, well, they're getting wrecked. We are going to outnumber them to a hilarious degree. Yeah, we should definitely do this. Okay. This is going to be fun. I meant to co-belligerize them. Oh! I hit the wrong button. Oh, okay. I'm not going to do anything any different. What I'm going to do, I'm going to end the episode now. And conveniently, because the game saves every 6 months, I missed the button. I'm going to very quickly reload it, go back to this exact date, and I will join you back next time around. Oh, Butterfingers. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now. Thank you for watching the video, and if you'd like to see more, feel free to stick around.